All right, thank you. Good evening and welcome to the May 9th, 2024 regular meeting of San Diego Community Power's Community Advisory Committee. My name is Matthew Vasilakis, the chair of the committee and representative for the city of San Diego. Welcome members of the public, San Diego Community Power staff, and committee members joining us in person and online today. I want to thank SDCP staff for making this in-person meeting possible and the city of San Diego for accommodating us today. I will now call the May 9th, 2024 regular meeting of the Community Advisory Committee of San Diego Community Power to order. And I would like to note that member Castañeda is joining us virtually today under AB 2449. Could you please state for the record your reason for attending remotely and identify whether there is anyone 18 or over in the room with you? And if so, your relationship to that person?
Thank you, Chair Vasilakis. Yes, I'm participating to this meeting remotely today. Unfortunately, I have caught a cold and have a serious sinus infection. So to spare all my colleagues, I've decided to participate remotely. There's no one in my room under the age of 18. I'm here alone. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. I hope you recover well, committee member. All right, well, our meeting clerk, Maricela Hernandez, will now call the roll.
Chair Vasilakis.
Present.
Vice Chair Harris. Secretary Cazares.
Here.
Committee Member Scalfani.
Here.
Committee Member Johns.
Present.
Committee Member Hammond.
Present.
Committee Member Castañeda.
Present.
And Committee Member Emerson.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We have a quorum. All right. Any volunteers in the committee to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. All right.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. All right, we would now like to take a brief moment to provide a land acknowledgement, as the land on which we are conducting our meeting is the traditional territory of the Kumeyaay people, and we recognize the Kumeyaay Nation as the rightful steward of this land. We continue with our commitment to learn from and work with local Indigenous communities to honor their sovereignty, respect their cultures, and support their efforts to heal from the intergenerational trauma and systemic injustices that continue to impact them today. Thank you to the Kumeyaay Nation and all the original stewards of this land. We look forward to working in collaboration to build a more just, sustainable, and resilient future for all. All right, a quorum is present. First up on the agenda is special presentations and introductions. And today we would like to give a warm welcome to Maricela Hernandez, who is supporting our meeting today and joining SDCP staff as the clerk of the board. Mari, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, committee members. As you said, my name is Maricela Hernandez. I go by Mari. I've been in municipal government for over 20 years. My last job was city clerk for the city of Calabasas. And prior to that, I worked for a JPA, Riverside Transit Agency, for 12 years, where I was clerk of the board as well. So thank you for the nice welcome.
Wonderful. And
happy to be here.
great. No, we appreciate that. Appreciate your experience and thank you for bringing that to SDCP. All right. Well, with the hiring of Mari, as clerk, Megan Weigelman, her time with the group has come to an end. Megan stepped up to support SDCP and the CAC over the last year, helping us streamline operations and facilitate meetings. Thank you for your work and all your help, Megan. We really appreciate it. Lastly, I wanted to inform this body that the board of directors will be acknowledging Anna Webb and recognizing her nearly 4 years of service on our CAC during its May 23rd regular meeting. And outgoing member Eddie Price, whose resignation was previously announced during our last meeting and is effective as of today, will be formally and rightfully recognized at a future meeting. That concludes the special presentations for today, and we will move to non-agenda public comment, which we will take up. Written public comments were submitted before the committee meeting and are emailed to all CAC members prior to the committee meeting and will be posted on the website at the beginning of the meeting. Mari, do we have any non-agenda public comment?
Sure, we don't have anyone in person or online.
Thank you so much. Are there any items to be withdrawn or reordered on the agenda?
I just would like to remove item 5 from the consent calendar for some discussion item.
All right.
Update on programs. And actually, number 4 also, regulatory and legislative affairs.
Okay. Can we make those adjustments? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. All right, we will reorder the calendar accordingly. I'll move us on to the consent agenda. The consent calendar contains items that will be approved as a package without discussion unless a CAC member requests that an item be removed for separate discussion and action. The CAC receives staff reports for all items on the consent agenda, and staff provides opportunity for questions and comments during briefings prior to this meeting. Today's consent agenda includes 1, approval of the April 11th, 2024 CAC meeting minutes. 2, update on local, on marketing and public relations and local government affairs. 3, update on customer operations, and we just pulled items 4 and 5, correct?
Yes.
Madi, do we have any public comment on any of the items above?
No, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Guess this is redundant. Is there anyone who would like to remove any item from the consent agenda for a separate vote? Okay, cool. All right, well, seeing no objections aside from the items that were pulled, I will now turn over to committee members for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar
All right.
or consent agenda rather.
Thank you, Secretary Casetas. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Committee member Johns. Clerk, could you please call a vote?
Chair Vasilakis,
Aye.
Secretary Tazares,
Aye.
Committee Member Johns,
Aye.
apologize. Committee Member Hammond,
Aye.
Committee Member Castaneda,
Aye.
and Committee Member Emerson.
Aye.
Motion passes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And just for my own clarification, do we take up the pulled consent items at the end or after?
You should take them up right now
After, yeah, okay. So then that would mean we're taking up
separately with a separate vote.
separately with separate votes for each, okay. Sorry, what's the like motion do I need to call for? It's just a,
It will be the same as.
gotcha,
Please.
It's like receiving
Yeah.
report.
receive and file.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so then we'll go ahead and discuss number 4, update on regulatory and legislative affairs.
Yes, and I'll proceed with that. Is that okay?
Yeah, we start discussion.
So basically, today there were some CPUC meetings that affected some of these things that were brought up earlier on. And so I would just like to get a review and confirmation of what changes occurred or were locked in based on the CPUC meeting of today. I believe there was something that vote on the fixed income amounts, and also the green tar or the green access programs. And I wondered if anybody could provide some updates on those. So we get the latest information.
You said this was happened today?
There was a CPU, I understand there was a CPUC meeting today, May 9th.
Oh, okay. Well, if the meetings happen, just from my own perspective, if they happen today, we may need to give staff some time to like understand and
Nobody was paying attention?
Well, I don't know necessarily if no one was paying attention, but like. we would
Well,
probably-
is anybody here able to give an update on those items?
Chair, if I may.
Okay.
Yes, we do have Laura on the line, who might be able to answer some of these questions, our Director of Regulatory and Affairs. Laura, I'm not sure if you can, if you heard the question, but it revolves around PUC's meeting today and whether or not we have an update on any decisions that we've highlighted in the staff report.
Hi, sorry, I'm here. I had to rejoin as a panelist. So I actually I was in meetings all day, but I just got an email with the outcome of the voting meeting for today. So on the question, I'm reading this in real time. So yeah, to Matt's point, I was in meetings all day, so I did not listen to the CPUC meeting. But was the question about fixed charges as well as the gap proceeding? Those were the two proceedings that we're asking about.
Yes, the income fixed amounts, and if that was voted on, I believe I heard it was voted on. And I believe there was some decision that was going to be discussed and maybe made on the green tariffs or the green access programs. And if you
Yes.
have any updates on that,
Yeah, so for the proceeding around fixed charges, that did pass today at the voting meeting. And so the proposed decision was with the $24 a month flat charge for, it was $24.15. So that one did pass today. I haven't seen if there were any last minute red lines made, but I think that they stuck with the $24 for most customers. And then the Green Access Program, that one was held to the May 30th voting meeting. So we don't have an answer on that one just yet.
okay, thank you.
Sure, no problem.
Any other questions or comments related to item 4? Update on regulatory and legislative affairs? And thank you, Laura, for your response. All right, well, thank you for the questions, Committee Member Emerson. And file receipt, we can just move on to the next item.
Well, you did take a motion on the first freeze.
Oh, we've taken a motion,
So
okay.
ask for public comment and then.
Oh, great. All right. Any public comment on this item, clerk?
No, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All right, can we have a motion to file and receive?
I move to file and receive.
Thank you, Committee Member Emerson. Second,
I'll second.
Committee Member Sclafani. Clerk, can we please call roll?
Chair Vasilakis,
Aye.
Secretary Casimaris. Aye. Committee Member Sclafani,
Aye.
Committee Member Johns,
Aye.
Committee Member Hammond,
Aye.
Committee Member Castaneda,
Aye.
and Committee Member Emerson.
Aye.
Motion carries, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, clerk. All right, well, we'll move to item 5, pulled from the consent agenda, update on programs.
I'd like to proceed with my question.
Yes, please, Committee Member. Thank you.
Again, thanks for the opportunity. I heard there was going to be not a long meeting tonight, so it's nice to get some of these things brought up and additional information shared. On item 5, one of the items was the grant programs. And I know that closed on April 5th. That was mentioned in the report. But I had asked, and I don't remember a hearing, I was interested in 2 things. One is how many applications were received compared to last year. And being from National City, last year I'd encouraged Arts, a Reason to Survive group to apply. They did apply last year, but they did not get a grant. And I was just hoping to hear if they had also applied this year or not. And I'm not asking for any results because I know they're still working on that, but it would be nice just to know those 2 basic things.
I'm not sure if that's public information at this point, correct?
Okay, Chair, it's a little premature for us to bring that information back, but as soon as we're able to, we're happy to.
Okay, I don't understand why we can't just find out what the numbers are, not the results.
We're still doing our due diligence and evaluation, and so once we have that information, we're happy to share that.
No, when would somebody be able to tell me if Arts has submitted an application or not?
As soon as we make decisions on who's been awarded and who potentially has not been awarded, and we can be a lot more clear on where you stand at that moment.
Well, this is just my personal opinion, but I think we're holding back information that should be very generic. And I would appreciate a little bit more openness on just basic numbers. So that's just my personal opinion. That's why I brought up these questions. Okay, Jeff, thanks for responding. Separately, in the same item 5, there was item about solar and energy storage, including for residential solar and energy. They did mention review item 5 of the April CAC staff report. And there was also the disadvantaged communities for single family affordable solar homes. The dash readiness pilot. And my question is, how is the staff getting the CAC members involved in these programs? Could you please, if anybody could clarify that? Thank you.
Sure, let me check to see if we have anyone from the programs team online that might be able to provide a little bit more detail. If not, I can cover that. So currently the residential solar and storage program is in its final stage of development. Our team is looking to launch this program in July of this summer. As you can imagine, with all programs in development, there's a considerable amount of work, and our public affairs team is working closely with the programs team in final stages. Once we have information, marketing, education, and outreach material, we're happy to share that with you all so that we can continue to get the word out on these programs. The programs team and public affairs has worked closely with the industry on designing this program. And so they've been working hand in glove on the details and getting considerable feedback from the industry itself on program design.
Okay.
So as soon as we have more to share, we're happy to do so. And this program, along with all the other programs, we're really looking forward to considerable CAC involvement in getting the word out.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Any other comments or questions on the update on programs? All right, any public comment, clerk?
No, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Marty. All right, anyone would like to put forward a motion to file and receive the item?
I move.
File and
Receive. Thank you.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Stefani. Clerk, can we please call a roll?
Chair Vasilakis,
Aye.
Secretary Casares,
Aye.
Committee Member Sclafani,
Aye.
Committee Member Jones,
Aye.
Committee Member Hammond,
Aye.
Committee Member Castaneda,
Aye.
and Committee Member Emerson.
Aye.
Motion carries, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. All right, well, we'll move to regular agenda item, or a regular agenda starting with item 6, approval of the Green E certified service. I'll turn over to staff to present this item. Could you please state your name and title for the record?
Good evening, everyone, committee members. Happy to be here again. My name is Aaron Liu. I'm the Senior Rates and Strategy Analyst at San Diego Community Power. Very excited to bring this item today before the committee. So we'll start with a little bit of background in terms of our current service offerings, and we'll get into a bit more detail on the third service offering that we're bringing before the committee. Currently, SDCP is offering 2 levels of service. There's Power On, which is at 54.2% renewable, standard service. And there's our Power 100, which is 100% renewable, premium service, and with a adder of the amount on the slide, and the adder is being adjusted as of July 1st, 2024. Next slide, please. So SDCP have been having ongoing customer engagement regarding their needs, and we received feedback in terms of especially commercial and industrial customers not desiring a standalone 100% renewable and carbon-free Green E certified service. Our Power 100 is not currently Green E certified, so we are providing this program to meet these needs. So in terms of the Green E certification, it helps the energy and environment design LEED rating goals. Just in terms of background, LEED is the world's most widely used green building rating system. And this new offering allows for projects and buildings to earn LEED renewable energy points towards the LEED certification process. In addition, this new third service offering also cater to Securities and Exchange Commission rules that have been updated to enhance and standardize climate-related disclosure. Next slide, please. So in terms of the details of this new product, we will be enrolling customers as of July 1st, 2024, and priced at 2 cents per kilowatt hour as an adder to the default power on service. It will be initially available to commercial and industrial customers. And in terms of enrollment, we expect 2% of load to enroll. And the enrollment will be capped at 5% of load unless modified by the board of directors. And in terms of the fiscal impact, it's estimated at 3.2 million in terms of annual revenue. And the estimate was already factored into fiscal projections review and approved by the board in January of this year when we set rates. Next slide, please. So that concludes my presentation. Happy to take any questions.
All right, thank you so much for the presentation. Marty, do we have any public comment?
No, Mr. Chair.
All right, well, I'll turn it over to CAC members for comments. Any members, Company?
Few comments, starting with, this is excellent. So this is the first CAC meeting, in preparation and run up that I've heard about just contemplating offering this product to customers. And I think it's amazing. So I hope that our PR team, our community power PR team, will really leverage this in terms of messaging locally and even regionally or wider, because this is sort of like the utility responding to the needs of customers. So instead of saying, these are our rates, take it, this is the business owners, the building owners saying, you know, this is what I need from my utility to be valuable. And community power is able to adapt to that. That's a big deal, to go and create a new utility product. And there's two parts. There's the SEC disclosures part, and there's the LEED certification. Within LEED, I think this, you could claim, should work to increase the adoption of high performance buildings, because it makes it easier to get LEED certification. And it can also be driving down or offsetting the cost of construction. So instead of having to go get LEED points from other categories, you know, by simply paying the extra 2 cents a kilowatt hour, they get the Greenie certified service. So I mean, I think you look at that and you combine it with the SEC disclosures, and there's a message there around how community power is helping businesses. So rather than those public companies having to go in and, you know, invest and so on in the actual building themselves, it allows them to save money. So I think there's just great messaging for the community and the people in San Diego to really understand the value. And I just hope it doesn't get overlooked. Like we could just roll through this item and say, okay, great, we have an option for our customers and we check the box and we hope some take advantage of it. I think this is a bigger deal than that, and I hope you all make the most of it. So thank you. Great work.
Member Johns?
I'd like to know what the power mix is for Green Plus versus the current Power 100 or going forward Power 100.
We're still working out the set of resources that we're gonna put in each portfolio, but the current plan for being certified is 50% solar, 50%.
Just for a reference, what is the regular Power 100 right now as far as the mix?
I think there, in terms of the Power 100, there's a little bit more of geothermal. But we can get back to you on that unless there's something from the procurement team.
Okay, thanks. Oh, I think we're gonna have a little more information here.
Good evening, Chair. My name is Lucas Luto. I'm the Senior Director of Data Analytics and Customer Operations. Thank you for the question. In terms of our existing power content label for our Power 100 product, based on the last power content label. It's actually 50-50, so 50% wind and 50% solar. Now, the one big difference between our existing Power 100 that isn't green certified vis-a-vis the new product that Aaron just presented is the fact that the resources that we're going to use for green certified Power 100, we're calling it Power 100 Green Plus, those RECs will be green certified. Whereas for our base Power 100 service level, the RECs do not have to be green certified. So that's the big distinction between those two products. Hopefully that answers your questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Secretary Casares?
Yeah, so you're going to cap it at 5% enrollment. I'm curious how you did the estimate of 2% enrolling. Where that came from. If you don't have it, that's okay, but I'm just curious.
We did.
Thank you for the question.
In terms of the methodology of 2% of the participating load being assumed for this new product level, it's essentially down to the ground up conversations that we've had with multiple customers in the region. This product is not for everybody. Right? It's going to be very specific. It's niche to those customers with buildings that have very specific sustainability goals. And so based on the customer sentiment that we've heard through very robust conversations that have taken place over the last 3 years, we do believe that 2% as a starting point reflects the need and the want that we've gotten from our customers.
Yeah.
And then obviously the 5% cap, that is just to provide some sort of a safeguard.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
As we evaluate how customers will interact with this new service product. But I think to the point that Mrs. Lafani made, we are hearing that there is a lot of interest in it. And so don't be surprised if we revise the cap, obviously pending board approval.
Right.
To get it done.
That's really, really awesome to hear. That it's based on real conversations with real consumers of your energy. So thank you for sharing that. And honestly, I think 2% within the first year is pretty lofty. So hopefully we can get there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions from the committee? All right, well, that does not require a vote, file and receive. So we will move on to regular agenda item 7.
It actually
it does?
does.
Oh, sorry.
For approval.
Oh, shoot, not that was first.
I'm sorry.
We don't have public comments?
But we don't have any public comments, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so clarifying, we do not have public comment. Thank you. All right. So can I ask a motion to file and receive?
Oh, no, board approval.
Board approval. Oh,
Sorry. That's me. Sorry.
okay.
I so move.
I'll second.
That's my back.
Hmm?
That was my back. Yes, this is a vote.
Okay, cool. So we have a motion and a second motion from
Motion from me.
Committee Member Johns. And second from Secretary Casares. All right, can you please call vote?
Chair Vasilakis.
Aye.
Secretary Casares.
Aye.
Committee Member Sclafani.
Aye.
Committee Member Johns.
Aye.
Committee Member Hammond.
Aye.
Committee Member Castaneda.
Aye.
And Committee Member Emerson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Great. All right, we'll move on now to item number 7, update on Power 100 Ad Hoc Committee. Before I turn it over for the report, let's require a vote.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, great. Well, I'll turn over to Secretary Casares for a report.
Thank you. So the Power 100 Ad Hoc Committee met for the second time a week ago on May 2nd. And during our meeting, the Ad Hoc Committee members learned more about the benefits of Power 100 and outreach of the Power 100 Champions Program. to then discuss opportunities to promote the program amongst businesses within the communities that we represent. That could potentially become San Diego Community Power ambassadors. So by doing so, we co-created a targeted advocacy prospect list and are continuing to develop that. And we discussed the following objectives of this targeted advocacy: bringing awareness around San Diego Community Power, better understanding the small business experience, assessing interest in leadership opportunities with the CAC, and connecting businesses to San Diego Community Power directly to assess opting up to Power 100 and other programming that's offered. By late summer 2024, and with the support of staff, our committee members will reach out to their targeted list and share insights and lessons learned with staff and the CAC through an end of committee report. And hopefully all of us, after this ad hoc committee wraps up, can be doing the outreach to our individual communities. Thank you. And are there any questions?
Are there any public comment?
None, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mari. Any questions or comments from the CAC? All right, well, seeing none and no vote required, we'll be able to move on to our next item. And thank you, Secretary Casares. Discussion of potential agenda items for Board of Directors meeting and CAC member comments. First up, discussion of potential agenda items for Board of Director meetings. And just as a reminder, the CAC may suggest agenda items for a Board of Directors meeting agenda by communicating with the CAC chair and designated SDCP staff before and or after a regular CAC meeting. If suggested at this time, there shall be no discussion or action by the CAC unless the item has been included on the CAC agenda. Do any of our CAC members have recommendations on potential items for our Board of Directors? Committee Member Hammond?
A community member had asked me today about the procurement of energy and local energy sourcing, and potentially it's something we discuss next time and then bring to the board, but I'd be interested in having an update maybe at the board meeting of like what the plan is to get to the 100% clean energy target. I know that's down the line, but how, like, what are the upcoming RFPs? Is it for local solar? Is it for solar in the desert or in other states? So potentially to the board now, or maybe it's something that we get a staff update for us first and then goes to the board.
Okay, so an update on procurement. Any other items to elevate? And thank you, Committee Member Hammond. Remember,
It's a question and I believe Member Hammond had brought this up before, that San Diego Gas and Electric had asked to get a list of EV drivers from the DMV. And I think you were asking how was San Diego Gas and Electric going to use that information? Is that something they could share with San Diego Community Power? And I don't remember hearing any response. Maybe staff is looking into that, but I think it would be valuable to know how San Diego Gas Electric was planning to use it. And if we can get that list, I think that would be valuable as well. So can I just throw that out for the staff to research and let us know at the next meeting if, and I don't know that that's a board item, but if we could just get an update on that, I think it would be valuable.
Yes, we can look into that.
Thank you.
Sure.
Committee Member Emerson, thank you. Any other items to elevate? All right. Well, thank you for your recommendations. Let's go ahead and move on to committee member announcements. Do any of our CAC members have items they'd like to share today? Committee Member Emerson?
I seem to be talking a lot tonight, so forgive me.
No worries.
I I live in National City, and National City is, has two representatives on the Sweetwater Authority board. Chula Vista, other parts of the South Bay get water from Sweetwater Authority. And just a FYI, they are researching and looking, and I believe they talked with members of San Diego Community Power. They're looking at the possibility of putting in floating solar arrays on their reservoir. And that could significantly reduce the energy cost for their system and help reduce the cost for the customers. It sounds like it's maybe new. It is new, but it's being done in different parts of the world. And so looking at that technology and I think we all need to look at new ways to increase our renewable energy. And my understanding is that this would, when you have it on water, it keeps it cooler, the panels cooler, they can produce more energy. So they estimate on average about 15% extra energy. And this would be, I think, if they deploy this, if they decide to move forward with it, it would definitely be a benefit, and that they could always expand and use more of the reservoir surface area if that made sense. My understanding, they're using a program that's on the San Diego Gas and Electric's website, Local Government Renewable Energy Self-Generation Bill Credit Transfer. It's called Schedule RES-BCT. I would like to have a better understanding of this. If there's a staff member that later could help me with this, how this works. But nowadays, everybody's putting solar and energy storage. My understanding is that this didn't have anything included for energy storage. But I think that's something that we should support with these kind of programs, not just solar, but energy storage together with it. Did I mention in January, there was if I'm going on too long, let me know. I'm sorry. In January, the North American Solar and North American Energy Storage Convention was in San Diego. And compared to 10 years ago, they not just had solar, but they were all having energy storage of some kind, flow batteries or lithium ion batteries, phosphate batteries. And in combination, they had the technology to make them work together. So all of these solar systems really need to be moving forward with energy storage. And this is a question, if Sayo can help me find the right staff to help me understand this schedule and how it works, that would be appreciated.
Okay, so this is a question for staff you want to take offline versus an announcement?
Yeah. But the announcement is that they're looking into this as an opportunity to produce more energy, renewable energy for the community. And I think that's exciting to hear that kind of innovative concepts and projects being worked on. So thanks for your time.
Thank you. Any other announcements?
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes, Ms. Kulsani.
I was going to volunteer if Member Emerson would want. I would be willing to meet offline to talk about the RES-BCT program and floating solar. Maybe if you still have questions, you ask again, but I would be happy to have that discussion.
That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you, committee member. Any other announcements? My only announcement is just a big thank you to committee member Hammond for leading on a fundraiser for the Sherman Heights Community Center to help them electrify, get solar and storage. That's a valiant effort and definitely in the spirit of what we want to do. And I just am enthralled with Tara does on a day-to-day basis. So just a big thank you.
Thank you. And Jen LeBron from San Diego Community Power attended the fundraiser as well. It raised $14,000 on top of $75,000 we already had secured for the project. So it'll be moving forward later this year, and we'll definitely invite you all to the ribbon cutting for it.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, Jen. All right. Any other announcements? Well, much gratitude. That concludes today's meeting. Brings us to the end of our agenda. We appreciate everyone's participation, and we are adjourned for our regular meeting. Our next scheduled meeting will be on June 13th. We are officially adjourned.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for